All right, guys, quick follow-up to the watch list we sent out last night from the live trading chat room at GreatStockPicks.com. First Solar FSLR was one of them. It looked just like this when I made the video last night to show we had this back on bounce watch. Nice move here, 3 or 4 day move from 28 to almost 32, 2-day pullback to the 8-day and 20-day moving average, plus you had support at 30. And so how did I call it this morning? Let me switch to 5-minute candles. And this is what it looked like 10 minutes into the session here. You had a little gap up, and then you had a little inside candle there with a lower high. You had nice volume on that opening candle. So normally what I look for is a bounce play to kind of stay in a narrow range for a good couple hours and then light up the new high sticker later in the afternoon. But with the volume on First Solar, State of the Union address coming out tomorrow, this being a solar and being red hot lately, I went ahead and put out the alert. I liked it over this opening 5-minute candles. Very simple idea, right? Break of the 5-minute high, I'm long. Stop below the 5-minute low. So this is going to have to break the early high and then roll over for me to be wrong. So 30.71 and a stop 21 cents below at 30.50, and boom, there. 5 minutes later, we grabbed it and we're up almost 60 cents, something like that. I don't know, 30.71 to 31.20. I'm a quick 50 cents, but look what happens. Hangs in there, holds the stop, big volume push there, and just climbed all day. Went to 32.58. So there's the daily now. You can see we definitely got our bounce, and this could be multi-day. This might continue again tomorrow, but for me, they're all day trades, and First Solar was very nice. AOL was gapping up this morning. It gapped up on Friday, sold off most of the day, but then gapped up again today. Nice volume. Show you how I called this one. Switch to 5-minute candles. All right, kind of like First Solar, you had a similar setup. You had the gap up, and you had consecutive lower highs. Here's the opening high, lower high still. And I went ahead and called it first break of a previous 5-minute candles high. I loved this. I'll zoom in a little bit here. I love this narrow 5-minute candle. So I said I'm going to go long if it breaks this candle's high. Gave everybody the prices, 35.56, 35.34 stop, and from 35.56, boom, and we're up almost a buck right away, and ends up, let me pan out here, it ends up going almost back to the high of the day, but held the stop all day, and moved up 88 cents a share at the best point on 22 cents a share risk. But like First Solar, this one took off right away. It never made us worry. We were never underwater, and you gotta love that. And then Diamond Foods, DMND. Now I didn't have this one on watch, okay, but it was. You look at that breakout on the daily. I knew this one was a low float with a lot of shorts, and so it caught my attention when it looked like, actually caught my attention on this first volume spike, but I didn't want to chase it, so I just waited for it to settle in a little bit and then called it long right up here when it got over this red candle, 15.60. Used a bit of an arbitrary 25-cent stop because the thinking is if it's going to go, it's going to go. If not, I'm wrong. I know that sounds maybe a little silly, but there's the trigger. Then next thing you know, we're through the high of the day, and from 15.60 this ends up, as I showed you, closing near the high of the day, moving up almost a buck. No, actually over a buck, $1.14 in our favor on 25 cents risk. That was almost all my calls. Hog, I called and lost a dime. I called long right in here and lost a quick dime, and it gave a beautiful reversal after that, but I wasn't on it. So lost a dime a share on Hog. NSC, I mentioned early that it it looked pretty handsome here on this pullback, and when it got to this blue line right here, which is my 8-period moving average, I alerted everybody, hey, NSC is back down to the 8 and pretty clean. And I didn't do anything with it, and I didn't make an official call, but that's how we do in chat sometimes. We'll just post, hey, this one is back to a certain area we like, and look what happens. It ended up getting right back through the high of the day and closing near the highs. And I got several thank yous for that. So even though it wasn't an official, hey, long NSC here and stop here, several people in our chat saw it after I posted it, liked it, and did well on it. Deck, you guys know I've been following this one. One of our members in chat, Newbie is his chat room name, but he's anything but a newbie. I don't know why. He chose that name, not me. When Deck looked like this after the gap up and the sell-off, it looked just like this. He said Deck may be turning here. Now, again, not an official call, but look at that. That was the low of the day and ends up getting through the high of the day. So I thought that was a great alert by Newbie. And I think, and then late in the day, and that was all my calls. Late in the day, J.C. Penney's was putting in this tight base here. and I called it, didn't break yet. I called it 1976. I like this volume. I like the fact that it was strong all day. The daily chart was starting to look good. So, I mean, look at the parameters of this trade. I said 1976, worst case stop 1969. Looking for, thinking this volume meant something. Looking for a push through the high of the day. It went up but didn't break the high of the day, 5, 10, 15, 20 minutes, something like that. And just couldn't get through the high of the day. And I ended up losing 2 cents a share. When it came back down, I said, you know what, I'm done for the day. Have a good night. And it ended up doing this. So, I mean, I got out in time. I probably would have had some slippage on that 7 or 8 cent stop that I had. Probably another couple nickel or something like that. But I gave the alert to get out, or that I was out, I should say, before it did that. So typically when I take something that's what you consider a base break with the high of day to the left on a stock that, if it breaks the high of the day after a run like that, should get some more volume, more momentum. If I get the break like I did right there, and within 5 or 10 minutes it doesn't get through the high of the day, it's probably not going to, okay? And that was all the calls from today. But First Solar, AOL, Diamond Foods, huge for me. And I had a very, very good day. And that's it. I'll quit babbling. We'll see you guys tomorrow.